Another friend that I haven't seen in a very long time is 3030. He's a little 3030. I remember the Judas killed 3030 right there in the projects. And Simon, me and Simon, uh, we've done a lot, we've done a lot. We party, toda la cosa. He has like five, six kids, man. It's just Simon, all the Galindos, all the Estrada, everybody. We grew up, me and 3030, we grew up in El Sereno también. We were playing handball, dodgeball right there in the gym, and war ball. And we used to uh, fucking do a lot of shit, like we all went to school together. Desde Paris grew up with Duke and all them, but Paris, he went to juvie, so I didn't really get to kick back with Paris, and Duke and all the Condors, all the Dukes and um, all the older ratos I went to school with. Like I said, I was a scrub, and the one I remember the most in El Sereno that I fucking looked up to was Listo. What can I say about Listo? Listo to me, he fucking he was there for me, and to this day I'm always been grateful. He got deported to TJ y toda la cosa, pero when we're going to school, call me little Jojo, and he always told me, tell Jojo that I helped you, I did this for you, I did that for you. Tata and Josa, and Tata passed away already también like about 2 years ago. Uh, and Josa, I don't know what's up with him, but they're all like, they got into the madres, they were with the G rights y todo. They got in a little conflict también, but they ended up doing a lot of time. But me and Cooter, uh, and Chelly, we used to have a home también and Boo, and we used to fucking hurt. It was in the seventh grade. It was we had the gym, and Cooter was a youngster. He was a little morrito, like short guy. Him, Trusty, all them, they were short, but they were down, and Green Eyes, and we I grew up with Chelly, so Yadira, Sandra, Roxanne, Anna, Maria, and all the people, Rocio, Diablo. I grew up with Ray, Raymond, y luego su brother se llamaba, what was his name? Fuck, I grew up with a lot of, grew up around the pandas, and uh, we did our desmadre, I thank God that I got to be around everybody, and everybody always respected me, Everybody knew not to fuck with me. Not because I'm a tío or not, it's because I was fucking down. I was down, man. My little brother Danny Boy, he hears all the stories. I remember one time we were in El Sereno. That's what me and Cooter. Um, we're fighting all the vatos from Rose Hills. I remember that one day, and Chia was crazy too. And then now he turned Christian, but Chia, I think he was a gangster. He was a tough motherfucker. And I remember the whole school uh, was ready to fight Rumble for me, and everywhere you go, everybody was like Carrillo, 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 and I used to fucking, if I didn't fight at least unas 10, 15 fights in El Sereno, I didn't fight at all. And I remember one time, Howard the Duck, we ended up throwing an M80 in the restroom, and his cousin's from Roseville, and he was all mad because we fucking fucked up his drums, and we threw it in the sink, and it blew up, and we closed the door, and the whole school was looking for me because his big cousin, he's from Rocio, uh, he wanted to fuck me up for what we did to his cousin, and we met up in the lunch area, and he came up. He was like 4 years older than me, and he came up and he fucking called me out right there. You know, my little fucking tickets, getting my fucking lunch or my breakfast. I don't know what the fuck I was getting, but I was getting with my little cookie, toda la cosa. Came up to me and he fucking told me, and boom, he hit me, eh? I've never had black eyes or nada. I've always been immune to hits. But that one really fucking, like, I was starting getting red y toda la cosa, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm probably gonna get my first black eye. Nah, I didn't get it. And he called me out, and he told me, hey, you know what? I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. And I told him, you know what? Fuck you, eh? I remember that the whole school was, they wanted to see that fight. And we did it to the hill, to the top. There's like a chain fence that you go out to the street on the top. And he called me out at 3 o'clock, 3:01 or whatever. My last class was right there in the field on those bungalows. And I was running all day long. My brother Danny, the story that I remember, right? People were talking about him, about me, todo, and they didn't know he was my brother. Thank God, you know. He didn't get in a situation that I was getting myself into. So I remember that 3:01, he was right out of my fucking class waiting for me. And I'm like, espérate, carnal, let me just fucking finish up, man. Let me get my fucking homework ready, carnal. And he was all like, fuck that, we're gonna go fight. And we walked all the way to the top. Well, by Monterey Park, by Monterey, Cito, whatever, like 3-4 blocks down. And that's when Diablo, when I met Rocio, and that's when Eddie, Jesus, Arteaga, everybody was to back me up. And they all ranked out, you know. The only one that stood by me was Cooter, eh? And 30-30, Simon. And now I know her as a homegirl, Rocio. And I ended up finding Diablo right there también, but not that day. So we went up there and called me out. He did a desmadre just to call me out, and people were like ready for a match fight. I was only a scrub. People fucking wanted me fucking see my ass beat up, you know. I was like, people always wanted me to fucking go down, you know. I never, to this day, it's like it's hard for me to go down, you know. I don't know if I'm a good fighter or just fucking when pinche árbol, you know. And I remember, I forgot his name, completely forgot his name, but he was from Roseville. And Howard the Duck was there, and his cousin was there, and they all like got me in the street. It's like a fucking Y. You go back up, you go up, and then come down where the fire station's at, where my tío Rafael used to live at, or you could go to that little section, to that fucking part of the hill, you know, where the little crest, where you climb up to the mountain. Man, I got my hands up. I turned around. I had Jesus, I had Eddie, and turned around. They were gone. I was like, fuck. I'm all alone with all this crowd, and me and him, we just went at it like bang, 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 bang. I say he beat me up. He got some fucking hits on me, and we're on top. There was this bug. I remember the bug. We're on top of the bug, and the vato, he was a fucking a KKK guy with some big ass boots. He thought he came out, and he threw us out of the car, and all the people were like fucking almost rioting and everything. And I say he would have fucked me up if it wasn't for that vato that fucking defended me because for fucking leaning on his car. And I remember after he hit me todo, he was walking away like cabrón, you know. And then that's when I said, you know what, fuck that, I ain't gonna let you just walk away. I said one more time, you know. Back then we used to watch Rocky 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We used to be like, one more time, come on, Tommy. And called him out again, eh? I fucking came and fucked me up again, you know. He really fucked me up, man. I remember that Rocio's brother, Diablo, was like, "Ya estuvo, carnal." I said, "You know what? Fuck you too, man." And that's what me and Diablo fought. Fought. After that fight, I fought Diablo, and me and Diablo's like 2 years older than me también, and me and Diablo started fucking fighting right there, and a ese sí me lo chingué yo. A ese sí lo agarré, and I was just whacking him, man. He wasn't as old as the other vato, and I fucking redemption, you know, like, hey, you know what? I came back out. And I remember all these homeboys from Rocio fucking wanted to jump me. And Rocio, like, nah. She defended me, her, and all the girls that. She used to hang around with Yadira. She got shot in the leg. And Roxanne, and this girl named Sandra. Oh my god. Sandra was the shit, man. She was cool, eh. Allá la conocíamos como Piojo Sandra. She used to live right there next to Sarah Park. And Lucia defended me for they wouldn't jump me, you know? And Cooter was like next to me, and he was fighting some other guys, and 30 was fighting some other guys también, and we came down to the school, and we like all the deans, they broke us up y toda la cosa. I remember me, Cooter, and 30 said that we're always gonna be for each other, you know. And to this day, I never got to see Jesus or Eddie again. Like they ranked out, they took off, you know. And I was there for Eddie when he got in a fight, and then I found an alley, and they fucked him up, man. They even fucking put him on top of a fucking fence, lo clavaron, eh. And I defended him, and I got my ass beat up and jumped by him, by all the people that jumped us, but I never ranked it. I never fucking ran from anything, you know. And I'm grateful to know Cooter and Simon 30, and the Galindos, you know. It's like, it was fucking nice. I got to see 30 at the Rosemead Fair. Got chubby, and he has like fucking 6-7 kids. He's pinche, he works construction. He's doing good, eh? He's doing good. But that's more or less how I was growing up. I was fighting. Like I said, if I didn't fight at least 10 to 12 times at fights, I didn't fight none. So I fought everybody. I don't know why the fuck I was always fighting, eh? To this day, I always ask myself, was it a nightmare? Was it a dream? Was I really... I fucked up in the head? I fucking fought a lot. And I tell everybody, there's Jenny, Stephanie, Rocky, Olga, and Letty, and everybody. Everybody always wants to see me fight, get my ass beat up. I don't know why. You know, me and Jenny, we discussed it. We're gonna be talking our stories, eh? And she knows more of my stories than I can remember. Because yo le pongo crema a los tacos, you know, and I don't want to offend her. And she and me, like, we got stories, you know. All the vatos from 18th Street y toda la cosa también, we got in a fight, you know. It's like, keep it up, muchachos, and you're going to be hearing our stories sooner than later. Now, thank you guys. Well, the last story that comes into my mind, hopefully, you guys get to be amused and excited as I um I had fucked up crabs and chili mole pozole and them. They used to come down my alley and I used to fuck them up, eh. Con por el vaquero chido chido and everything. I fucked them up too, you know. But fucking crabs and his brother, you know, I always giving conflicts and problems. I used to chase them down the alley. Eh. I used to fuck them up, eh. And those are Danny's friends, right? Not my friends. And I remember one time that Danny was on the Bronco on the Chevrolet on Krebs' truck, and motherfucker used to come back drunk, and we used to go drink the Bacardi 151, and Danny could fucking pound those fuckers. He could drink, eh? But he used to get drunk, and he used to always fucking come crying and de todo. Well, there was this one occasion that I was in the house and Danny came like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and crabs and them. They brought him. He was throwing up, and then he was crying. And Krabs told me, hey, you know what? They just fucked up your brother, yeah. And I'm like, who the fuck fucked up my brother? And Krabs and then goes, no, this vato, eh. He's from Cerote, and he's like, he's a veterano, and he's crazy, and fucked him up, eh. I said, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. So we got my dad's 22, and Krabs had a 45 or a gun, a handgun, and we went towards like the Devil's Bridge and all that, and we ended up catching him. He was walking with a stick with his homeboy and his dog, a fucking canine, eh? And he goes, yeah, that motherfucking canine bit your brother too, eh? On top of they fucked him up, your brother. The dog bit him. So we got close to him, and those vatos were older veteranos, you know, they were crazy vatos, eh? They started fucking moving the truck and fucking Krabs fucking end up doing a chavala taking off. And I'm like, nah, don't take off. So I said, then fuck it, if you're gonna take off, go drop me off in my house, I'll come back. And as soon as we're taking off, Danny's friend, he had a 65 fucking those Hot Wheel cars, you know? I forgot the name of the car. And Krabs goes, wow, you want to get off right here, or you want me to take you to the house? I'm like, nah, I get off right here. And Danny's friend, he had his sister and 2 sisters, or I don't know, something. And he was saying, nah, that fucked up. I seen how they fucked up your brother, and they fucking abused of them. They took advantage of him. And I was like, yeah, what you gonna do about it? You're his homeboy. And he's like, nah, I'm down. Let's go look for them. It was a 65 Malibu, fucking hot rod, you know? So I told him, well, let me drive, eh? And he's like, all right, feed me. And he was jockeying me, and he was saying he was down, and okay, down. And I'm like, well, all right, whatever. And Krabs was on his truck going this way, and we were going on this way, and we finally caught him slipping, eh? And I told him, hey, you know what? Like my mom said, is his car insured? Is it insured by Survivor? And I told him, hey, you know what? Let's get off and fuck him up. And he was scared of the vatos, you know? They're on PCP or some shit, or fucking acid, or I don't know what the fuck they were on. And they're like, nah, them vatos are crazy, they're fucking down, and da. So I told him, you know what? Fuck it, you down or you're not down? He goes, yeah, I'm down. They've been fucking, they robbed my mom, and they've been taxing my sister, y todo, ya me la deben, you know? So I told him, you sure? Yeah, alright then, fuck it. It's going up the hill about 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, and it's like I ran them over, both of them, right? I ran them over, stopped, came back, hit them again, got off, and I chased them down and to fuck them up. They were on some crazy shit, and they got ran over fucking hard. and both of them one ran down the hill and one ran up the hill. So the one up top of the hill, I got up and I started running against them, and the dog, it was a canine, fucking vicious dog. Daddy says it was a wolf, a huge dog. Daddy says he got attacked by a dog. Man, I got that dog and I hit him with a fucking stick. I beat the shit out of that dog, eh? And the vato was like laying down. He goes, I can't walk no more. It's like, you just ran me over. And homeboy was like, let's take off. They already called the cops. I said, fuck that. I'm gonna fuck his ass up. So I went up to him and I just started socking him, you know? And little I know that Krebs arrived on his fucking his truck, you know, his it was a Bronco, it was a Chevrolet. And he goes, that's not the guy that fucked up your brother? The other guy that went down that way. So got on with Krebs and we fucking went off roading and boom, we finally met up with the other vato. The other vato was limping and fucking, he wanted to go to the hospital, and it's like, I got him and I told him, hey, yes, you remember me, motherfucker? Look at my face, I say. And the vato's Danny's friends, the one with the Malibu, and his two sisters, and toda la cosa, que they were like, oh, they're gonna call the cops, and you know what, I told him, man, you fucking rat on my ass, I'm gonna fuck you up too, man. And got the vato, and I told him, hey, you know what, just remember me, motherfucker. I took his stick off, and I fucked him up with his own stick. And I told him, don't ever fuck with me and my brother again, eh? Got on the fucking Krebs truck, you know, with his chili mole pozole, and then you could fucking have a party inside. It was like a fucking like an RV inside, man. So we end up going back to my dad's house, and Danny's friends, the one with the Malibu, todos ellos, they said that the cops got there and they were investigating and todo. He ended up selling the car, moving out, and he wasn't down, you know. And I said, don't ever fuck with my brother, eh? And to this day, everybody knew that if you fuck with my brother, I was gonna fucking run you over, and I was gonna beat the shit out of you. I remember the vatos, they were from Ceroteland, they were from Lock Street, and I told him straight out, yo, fuck who you from, where you from, and lo que sea, you fucked up with my brother. And I got him straight out, got him in the face, and I told him, look at my pinche cara, cabrón, and fucked him up, eh. A lot of people have a lot of stories after that fight. I didn't stay here. I didn't live in El Sereno, so whatever happened. Whatever he came down. But I'm still here. I'm still fucking alive, and I didn't hear no fucking no drama from it. And if you fuck with my brother, I'm gonna fuck you up. And it's like, people knew that the shit that I did wasn't just talk. Remember, I got in a fight with Etika, eh? Etika, they thought they were down and tal la cosa, you know? See, I went to school with everybody, you know? So if you were down, you had to know me. And Etika, Lag, Lo, entonces, they were all pussies compared to me, you know? They were gangsters because they used to shoot each other y tal la cosa. But they knew me, right? They knew me that I used to fight. And if you wanted to fuck me up, I was always like, you know where I live at? If not, send me a fucking message and I'll fucking go to your house and fuck you up. Fought a lot of people, eh? I fought El Vaquero, Pancho el Mentiroso, Felipe. I fought Alencho. I fought Eddie's dad, Killer, Joker, Raymond's dad, Simon's Raymond's brother, Red. I even fought fucking what's his name? The paint job. Son died right there off in Alhambra. Is that Las Gruas? I forgot his name. Fought him. I fought his brother. I even fought his cousin. That's all. Fucking. I was. So I don't know what the fuck was going on in my head, but I even fought this guy for a fucking Muppet. I, I had a Muppet. It was the best Muppet I ever had, man. You could fucking pedal and fucking start and take off. I don't know what the fuck happened to the Muppet. Um, Fucked up Aldo, Hera. I fucked up everybody, eh? I fought everybody. And there was this vato, that to the front of the sleep out mattress back then. Um, he had just bought some pisto in the pisto, and he was coming out, and he thought he was like a locote. He was from Lock Street. I forgot his name, and I was walking like fucking chest up, and I just fucking just calling everybody out, and he went up to me. And he called me. He goes, "Hey, you Manuel?" I go, "Yeah." "You're the one that fucking fights." He go, "Yeah." I go, "What's up? You want to throw down?" I go, "Yeah." Right in front of Amparo's staircase, right there in Alhambra, next to Sleepwell and the empty lot that we have, next to the Carrillo Dinets. And we put the gloves on. And I remember we went in at chingazo por chingazo, and the motherfucker was tough. He was like 10 years older than me. And that motherfucker just kept hitting me. I did like a fucking Julio Cesar Chavez. 3 seconds to win the fight. Knocked him out, eh? And I fucked him up, and he came down. Forgot his name, man. It was a big gente from Lock, eh? And once I hit him down, I let him get up. Fucking knocked him down again the next shot. And he got up and he goes, ya estuvo, eh? I told him, firme, firme, eh? And that's why people from Lock, from Ética, from Low, from Guardia, we used to go play baseball over there and all. And fucking, I had no problem because everybody knew who I used to fuck up with. You know what I mean? Like, they all knew, like, hey, you know what? From Guardia, from Ética, from, um, from fucking Guardia, they used to fucking come down and it's like, who's that? I go, that's Manuel. And everybody be like, oh, no, we cool. We used to play softball, and that's where I got Johnny in my grandma's swimming pool, and I threw him in there, and I thought he knew how to swim. He was dying on my ass, eh? Pero back in the days, Andy and Ozar and all of us when we used to play Jesus and Eddie and all of us when we used to play baseball, we used to go fucking play, and no one dared to fuck with me, I remember Eddie kept fucking with 5 and my brother Danny, and right in front of Carrillo de Nets, I caught him slipping, and I wasn't my fucking celebrity. I fucking boom rose up, and Danny had told me that he was disrespecting everybody. And I had 5 in the car, and I had Krez in the car, and I had Danny in the car, and I mean, back in the days, that's how I rode. And I stopped. I seen Eddie, and I just cold knocked him down. I kicked him. I left him with his 2 fucking eyes bruised up, and fucked his ass up. I rocked him, not like a beatdown. I'm talking about a huge beatdown. And 5 and everybody was like, fuck, you just fucked up him up. Since that day, Eddie never fucked with my brother or anybody again. And I used to tell people, it's like, you don't want to fuck with me. You fuck with me, I'm going to fuck you up. And I remember another fight with the Pandas. My brother got a G-Ride off their house, and they were all like, they knew it was Danny. You know what I mean? Danny says that he was there fucking trying to steal the car when they were having their Christmas party or Thanksgiving, and they came out and he took off in the car. And they knew it was Danny. And I went up to him. And I told him, hey, you know what? We've had different disagreements, but we respected one another. And I told him, you know what? I'm gonna fuck you up. And one of the pandas, which is the biggest motherfucker, he fucking walked up to me and he thought he was gonna intimidate me or fucking abuse of my kindness. And I fucked him up. And he was the toughest one from the whole Panda Express, they call him. Fucked him up, eh? And ever since I fucked him up, all the other brothers and everybody fucking respected me, you know? They had a dignity to fucking not get involved with toda la cosa, pero I fought everybody. I boxed everybody down. And if anybody ever uh, wants to call me out or whatever, I'm always around. I've met a lot of people that say that they're down, they're crazy, toda la cosa. But desde Conejo, rest in peace, I heard Solis passed away, and there's a Sniper, there's a Big George Dianas, uh, there's a fucking all these fights I fought. I even fought Bobby's friends over there up in Frisco. Um, Fucked up everybody in our alley, and Kike, which is Johnny's father, he was there. He was there with Raymond and all my stories that I got to talk about. And I know that to a lot of people, my stories might seem que le estoy poniendo crema a los tacos. I might. But did I fight him? Yes, I did. And me and Jenny, I backed her up. She had all this conflict with the 18th Street y toda la cosa, and I never backed down. I never represented a hood or not. I've always just been myself and I, you know. And I tell everybody, there's a big Snoops, uh, Paris, you know, and he got to see me down and with fucking Loma Vista Place, toda la cosa, and we grew up with Bear and Loma Vista and Clara and Salt Lake City, Florencias and fucking Camotes and 18th Street and South Los and all that. And everybody knows that I've always represented. There's a Martin's, Jenny's Martin's, you know? Um, I got in a fight with all these homeboys. I fucked them all up. Jenny and everybody always say that they took it easy on me. I fucked them all up. Only one I didn't fuck up was Martin. But to me, he was like, oh, chavala, eh. I don't mean to say it like that, but you don't have balls to fight. He's a trigger man. He's like a vato that thinks he's down. But with me, he don't fucking snap because he knows I'm gonna fuck his ass up. Because I fucked up with 3 of his homeboys. I think one was his cousin. They pulled out a cuete on me on my birthday. And I fucking straight out fucking and socked them up, you know, to his cousin and his homeboy. And they threatened me that they were gonna kill me, whatever. I give a fuck, you know. You don't even know where I live at. And besides, we're familia. And I ended up talking to Martin. And he knows that I'm down. They're trigger happy guys. Don't get me wrong. They're crazy. But as fighters, they ain't shit. And they respected me. And there's the Loma Vista, there's the Bear Street, there's the 18th Street for Janelle. I fucking fought a lot of people, eh? I fucking took care of my cousins, Rocky and Olga and Janelle. And I've always represented it. I've always been there for my family. And I tell everybody the story. And I grew up different ways than you guys. I had to. I fought, there's a Sal, there's a Gabi. I fucking fucked him up, you know? Little Gabi, I put a gun in his mouth, and fucking Sal, I beat the shit out of him. after they fucked me up, And Miguel, I fought everybody, and to this day, uh, I always tell everybody, just don't fuck with me, because you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck you up. And those are the stories that I have. Hopefully, one of these days, uh, you get to hear my stories and remember me. Thank you. I love you guys, eh? I remember when I went to New Mexico, with George and Ricardo, and we got in a fight over there at the Gage Bowl. At the fucking bowling area. The Cuates, they had it down packed and fucking representing y toda la cosa. Manco Miguel was fucking Arturo's Jaina, and she ended up having a baby with Ricardo. I shouldn't be saying this story, but it is what it is. Little fucking my tia Berta's fucking son, and the Cuates and Miguel, they end up starting a fucking a restaurant over there in New Mexico, and she was like the waitress, una gringa, and she was hooding around. And Miguel and Ricardo and I forgot his name, my primo, like they're sleeping with her, and my mom was one of the waitress, and my grandpa and my grandma were partners in the restaurant, and I remember me and Miguel got there, and like I always picture Miguel, he's little fucking Tommy figure friend. Always has to fucking represent. He was, even though he was with Oralia, and he ended up sleeping with her, and at the end, the kid ended up being Ricardo, Junior. He ended up going to the army, and he's a little character. He's a female. The family got in a big conflict. Shouldn't tell the story, but I'm gonna say it the way it is, So, Arturo was fucking mad, and everybody was mad, and my tia Berta's son, everybody was fighting against each other. They say that they called the cops on everybody, and everybody got busted, and it's a long story. Long story short, well, the story that I'm gonna talk about is me, Ricardo, and George. We ended up going to the Gage Bowl, and right there in the Gage Bowl, we met some fucking gangsters. They were fucking Navajos. I don't know what the fuck they were, but they were deep. And my primo and them, they used to slang right there, and they used to fucking be the heavy hitters, And these were like about 10, 15 vatos there that my primo Ricardo he's in a wheelchair, but he was a trigger happy vato, and Ricardo was like build, he's like about 4 years older than me, 5 probably, and Arturo, Pancho, and everybody, they were representing up there, They were like putting in fucking business, and this time I was with them, and I only had a knife, and George tells me, hey, I got a 45, and George goes, and Ricardo goes, no, we can handle it, and Ricardo tells me, hey, you know how to fight or no? I go, yeah, I know how to fight, and oh, well, we're gonna get in a fight right now, and if you don't know how to fight, we're not gonna defend you. I said, feed me, I can take care of myself. So we walked into the bowling alley, and there's the pool table, and Ricardo tells me, hey man, go to the restroom and come back. I don't know why he told me to go to the restroom and come back, but I went to the restroom. I lasted about a minute. When I came back out, Ricardo was fucking snapping, snapping on these vatos, and he told them that if they keep snapping, that he was gonna tell me to fuck them up. And Ricardo, he's a Cuevas, and I think Cuevas are crazy, and he's about my size, my length, and all. And back in the days, I was only 17, so 16, 17, so I wasn't fully built or not, and I remember that he was Cherokee or fucking Navajo. I don't know what the fuck he was there. That Ricardo told me, hey, you're gonna fight him right now outside. And I said, fuck it. So we walked outside. Over there is Navajo area, so they don't call the cops, just to call the cops. And so there was like 10, 15 of them. And there was Ricardo, me, and George. And George is on the wheelchair. But George, he had his automatic on him, Because if anybody snaps or gets out of control, I got you, primo, I'll put in some work. So I went up to the guy. He was like my size, he told, and he goes, no, not me. That other vato. That vato was like 6'4", I was like, damn. And Ricardo goes, can you handle it or you want me to help you out? I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna handle it. I swear to God, when I approached him, I was like a couple inches away from his fucking head. I was like, damn. He had boots y toda la cosa. And I was drinking and getting, like having a good time. And back in the days, I thought I was a good fighter, So I looked up and I said, you know what, fuck it. It's gonna happen. And my primo George, we went on his car and he drove and he had all these fucking gadgets he told because he was paralyzed from the waist down. And he told me, hey, you got him or you want me to help you? I told him I got him. And we went to the side of the bowling alley, and that motherfucker swang at my ass. And once he hit me, I dusted it out. I said, nah, this vato don't know how to hit. I swear to God, I went beast out. I fucking went like Matrix, like fucking Bruce Lee, like fucking Danielson, It's like, I went and I fucked him up, I'm talking about fucking him up, And once I started fucking him up, Ricardo came and told me, hey, muro sai, puto, muro sai. And muro sai, and Ricardo just I shot him, man. You know what I mean? It's like, I said, fuck. You should have just told me that, man. I would have, fucked him up so bad. And he goes, nah, fuck that vato. That vato was my competition, It's like that. So we end up taking care of the situation. He didn't die. He didn't shoot him to kill him. He just shot him to shoot him, And I remember one of his homeboys went up to Ricardo, my primo, and told him, from now on, whatever you want, whatever you need is taken care of. And I told my primo, hey, you know what? What's up? Am I part of the family or no? He goes, yeah, you're part of the family. Remember that night, we went back to my tío Luis's house. That's where Arturo and everybody was at. And they had big dogs, right? And every time I wanted to go to the restroom, I had to tell them, hey, can you fucking lock up your dogs? And like, nah, fuck that. You go to the restroom. And every time I went to the restroom, I fucking felt like I was going to get attacked. Well, we ended up picking up some hyenas right there in the gauge bowl. And we ended up picking up 3 hyenas. I had one, Ricardo had one, and George had one. And I remember back then, Anga, and he was a youngster, but he was a tough motherfucker. And Arturo had a 64 Impala that he was fixing up for him y todo, but Anga was there. And I remember the Ana had, I'm not saying that I didn't handle my business, but Anga said, hey, can I get some too or no? So me and him had a threesome with her y todo, and I ended up leaving Anga there, and I ended up going with Ricardo's Jaina, because that's the Jaina I really wanted to be. And Ricardo told me, hey, you know what? Go out, George. So I ended up going with George. It was a fucking funny story because we were playing dominoes and toda la cosa, and he hadn't fucked his Jaina, so yeah. And he tells me, hey, you want to warm her up or what? And I said, yeah, I want to warm her up. So I started warming her up y toda la cosa. And he goes, just don't stick your dick in there because I don't want your germs or not. You know, I was like, all right. So I warmed her up and we were drinking shots and todo. I was faded, right? Faded. And I remember that I was like up on her y todo. And he took his pastillitas, and even though he was paralyzed, he could fucking hang all day. Well, at the end of the whole night, he used to hook him up, right? Don't think he was just a player, you know. Uh, and he ended up sleeping with all three hyenas, and he did all night, all day. And I remember we're on some shit, you know, and you know, and I remember that I kept telling one of the girls that like they were Navajo that I liked her, you know, and she's like, "Well, I like you too," and he goes, "But your primo's here, you know," and everybody wanted to be with George because George used to hook him up with money, toda la cosa. He was a flirter. He was like me and George. We got along good, you know. And he could fucking talk. He could fucking todo, and he could fuck. I mean, not saying que no, pero he could fuck. Se toma su pastillita and all night long. You know what I mean? Es un perro el hijo de la chingada. And I remember the Jaina. She was half Navajo and half white. And I told George, George, come on, carnal, you know? It's like, I want some of that Jaina. And he goes, you really want some of that Jaina? I go, yeah. You want my leftovers? I go, yeah. And me and George just bombarded her, you know? We fucking abused and re-abused, and we put the seas out, you know? The cuevas. We put ourselves in the map. And George ended up being with her for like 10 years, 10, 15 years. Too bad he couldn't have kids no more, you know? Because he was paralyzed. And Ricardo ended up having 3 kids. And we've always communicated, and we always got together on Jaime's anniversaries back then. But we haven't hanged out in like 20, 30 years, you know? And hopefully one of these days we get to hang out and reminisce our fucking past. I remember that same town, same ball, same gauge bowl, little skating ring. Me, Rachel, Danny, and Linda, my mom's boyfriend. We ended up going there a couple of years later, like a year or 2 years later, and we ended up fighting right there. And we had a big brawl right there. Even Linda got down and crazy. I remember I was just beating up people, and it's a story to be amazed and be surprised. And Don Chiquito. Him and Ricardo did to see whose kid it was, but it was Ricardo's kid. And they've always got in a little argument and have a discussion. But Don had his 2 kids, and Ricardo has his 2 or 3 kids now. And it's awesome. It's awesome that we all get to experience life and be around with each other. A lot of people tell me that don't fuck with the cuevas, you know? They're too fucking ruthless y todo, pero I've earned the respect. Desde my primo, rest in peace, Luis. He knew that we're standout guys. We're like proud boys, you know, like firme gente, you know? We're always like representing, and we're down, you know. Pancho, me and Pancho, we got in another fight with some other vato, and Pancho, growing up, he was always at the garage, and he was always planchando y todo. While his son ended up having a baby just recently. His ex Jaina, baby mama, lives right here in Downey, and I get to talk to him, and I get to be around him. And me and Pancho, the story that I remember was over in New Mexico también. Pancho was always with his fucking leather jackets, greased up. He's from the Junior Mafia. And he's down and crazy. He did like 10, 15 years, you know? He put in some heavy work. And we're over there in New Mexico. And Pancho tells me, hey, you know what? I got this homeboy that knows how to fight. I want to test you, you know? Let's do it. And fucked him up, eh? Fucked him up. And Pancho fucking just gave me my respect and gave me my props. And I've been in communication when my primo Luis passed away. They were down here and all, but we haven't had the proper hangout, you know what I mean, to be around each other. And I know the day that we hang out, and I got my respect from them, and they got respect for me, and we're all impressive, you know. They know that we're down on our side, you know. So I just want to tell everybody, it's always a pleasure and an honor to represent the familia, you know. On this side, the only ones that really fight is me and Bird, you know. Everybody else, little cha-chow, you know what I mean? But the familia knows that I'm here for you guys, and I'm here whenever you guys need us. And it's been an honor telling all my stories, and I got stories with everybody. Desde El Grullo, desde Tonaya, desde San Fernando, desde Hacienda, desde mi tío Pepe, mi tío Jojo. I got stories with Gil, with Caleb, with Bird, with Jojo and Miguel. I got with Big Joe, and I got stories with everybody, and everybody knows that. Desde mi tía Rebecca, mi tía Belia, mi tía Bola, everybody knows that I've always been a standout guy, and it doesn't mean that I'm crazy or algo. I've always been respectful, and I've always been always acknowledging and respecting my older people and all. But when it comes down, I've always had to step up. The next story is, like I said, me and Jenny from the Bronx are gonna be talking stories how we grew up, you know. And the only one that got lucky, really lucky, was Olga's Miguel. He didn't get rocked, and the other one that got lucky también, pero we had a little discussion, was Rocky's husband, ex-husband, whatever you want to call him now. And he knew that he became, you know, from the other side, todo, and so we can't talk about him no more, you know. Pero he knew that I represented, and he knew the Tavato I was, and he always told me, hey, you know what, I like the way you conduct yourself. I like the way you don't need no vato. I like the way you represent and conduct yourself. And I don't want to say nothing about him, but he knew that I'm fucking down, and I don't need a neighborhood or someone to uplift me or motivate me. He knows that I'm a down vato, you know. So Rocky and Devin and Olga, Matiaeva, and everybody, they know that they have me. And when the dogs bit Rocky, I was there, and we represent it. We fucking stand out. And Rocky and Olga and Devin and todas, they know that I will do anything for you guys. I just want to tell you guys that all my fights, all my stories, yes, I bullshit. Yes, I put criminal stock or whatever, but I've done them. I've lived them. And I'm right here. Anybody wants to prove wrong, aquí estoy. Um, desde Tonaya, desde Grullo. I'm here. I've always been here and I'll always be here. Alright then. Next story.